it and open with it with code after installing the Visual Studio Code. But if this option doesn't appears in your Visual Studio Code or your Windows, so you can just open the Visual Studio Code and go to the file option and just open a folder and you can select the folder. Okay, just like HTML tutorial, and I'm selecting the folder. The folder will be opened in your HTML Visual Studio Code workspace. Okay, so first of all we have to create the basic file. Okay, so let's from here you can see there are two options. That is, I think this is much smaller. Let me make it a little bigger. Is this size is perfect? Okay. Okay, so now let's create the basic file, that is index.html. You can name it anything. Index.html means the home page. Okay, so it has a naming convention, and you can do a home.html or anything. I am doing index.html, and you can see this file is created. So as you see the basic structure in the PPT. Okay, so I will write that very basic structure, that is HTML, and then inside this HTML we have two things. One is the head tag, starting and the closing tag, and another is the body tag. Okay, this is also starting and closing tag. So inside this head tag will give a title. This is a title tag. Everything is a tag. You don't need to memorize them. With time, using the HTML, automatically got memorized all the things. So let's give it a name, HTML tutorial. Okay, and in the head let's give a h1 tag, that is heading tag. So let's give the basic programming thing, that is the hello world. Okay, and I have saved it with Control S, and you can see this is the basic bare bone of the website, and we can run it in our browser. Okay, so if I go to that file, you can see there is an index.html and it is showing the Chrome extension. Okay, so you can simply click on it and open it with your browser. You can see the hello world is showing here, and here the title, inside our title we have written that HTML tutorial, that is also showing over here in the tab. Okay, so there is a downside of using opening directly using the HTML file. That is, if you make any changes over the file, that is here if you write h2 demo, you can see nothing happens over here. So to update the whole site you have to click reload, so that will be a very long process to reload multiple times. Okay, so for that we will not be using this. Instead of that we can use a thing, that is live server. So this is a Visual Studio Code extension that you can use. If you go to the extensions tab, okay, here you can write live server. It is free of cost. Okay, so you can just install it. I have already installed, that why it's showing uninstall. So what you have to do, right click on the index.html file and click on open with live server. So the website will be hosted on the live server, and if you can see I make some changes over here. You can see it is automatically get reloaded. Okay, so we'll using this. So let's get started. I think the basics of the HTML is clear to all of you. If anyone have any doubt with these basics, please write down in the chat box. Okay, so after this basic thing, what you can do, instead of writing this whole thing multiple times, if you are using a Visual Studio Code, you can just do shift this ampersand, what this sign is called, exclamation mark, and you can hit enter. Okay, so you can see a boilerplate code appears, and I can many new things appears here. Let's discuss about that. Doc type HTML, this is the type of the HTML. Okay, so before there was only HTML, so this is the HTML5 version. So for that we have to specify the type. So this is the doc type HTML, that specifies that is a HTML5. Okay, and here you can see the LNG en, that is defining the language that we are using in the website. And these are the meta tags. What are meta tags? Meta tags provides information about this website, and meta tags are also used in the SEOs and stuff. So that's it's advanced stuff. So let's ignore this for now. Else things is same. Okay, if I reload, you can see nothing is there because body section is empty. Okay, if I put a h1 here and write hello, you can see it appear here. So h1 tags are heading tags. Okay, so let me create a comment. You can create a comment over html. If you didn't do not give any tag and simply write anything like html um, html headings. Okay, you can if I save it, you can see it appears over here. Okay, so to avoid it, so to make it a comment, you can simply do control backslash in your VS code and it will get commented. You can see it doesn't appear anymore. So you can do it manually also, like this one, then this exclamation, then this. Then inside this you can do html heading. So that is very easy to use the VS code shortcut. Okay. So HTML headings are of 6 types. Okay, so that is H1. You have H1 to H. We have total H1 to H6. Okay, so H1 is the largest and H6 is the smallest. Okay, here is the H1 hello and hello world. Let's give it a hello world. Okay, and let's give H6. Okay. Uh, you can see the difference. Let me make it bigger. You can see the difference. This is the largest and this is the smallest. You can also use then h2. Okay, you can use h2, h3, h4 like this. Just change this to h2, change it to h3, h4, h5. This is unnecessary. Okay, so you can see the size changes accordingly. Okay, so this is all about the heading tags. Okay, so after this, there is a tag called HTML paragraph. You can see HTML paragraph, that is the P tag. Okay. So P tag gives a paragraph. You can write anything inside it like Lorem. This is a dummy text. You can see after I save it, you can see it appears here. So it's contains the whole paragraph. And also there is a tag that is span tag. With span tag, what it does the same thing, you can see, but there is a difference. So if you make it larger and do this, and you can see there is an extension in HTML. You can see that every element in HTML is a box like structure. Okay, box model. You can use call it in CSS. There is a box model. So every element, this is the h1 element, and this is the p element, and this is the span element. So if you want to see the box, so there is a extension called pesticides. You can download it from Chrome, Google Chrome store, and if you activate it, you can see there is a box around both span and p tag. You can see in the p tag it's taking the whole space. Okay, and you can see in the span tag it is only taking the space that is required. So this is known as inline element. Okay, so the space which it is taking, that much space is only required. Okay, in the box, and in the block element it takes the whole space. You can see it takes the whole space unnecessarily. So in some cases, like if you want to put inside anything inside this, you can put a span tag and then you can write it. So these are called nested HTML. Okay, you can see it will take the full thing, but you can see it's highlighting the span tag. Okay, so it is taking only the space is required. So this is the difference between inline and block elements also. Let's make it side by side. So up to this, any doubt? Can you repeat the extension name? Okay, I can show you the extension. Um, Pesticides. You can just write pesticides Chrome extension. Okay, you can go to the first link and you can just add it to Chrome. There are many types of pesticide extension. You can download anyone. Okay. And any other questions regarding up to up till this? I don't think so. Let's move on. Can you repeat the P and span tag? Okay. Let's watch it again. If you see, this is the P tag. Okay. Let's make it smaller. Let's turn on the extension. You can see the P tag has taken the full space. And if you see the span tag and just do and hello, and then open that extension again, you can see this is only taking the space is required, the text required, and it takes the whole area. Okay, whole horizontal area. Okay, so that is the thing. So this is the block element. You can say P is the block element, and span is the inline element. Okay, so if you go to the docs, I will also show you the docs that is I follow when I was starting. That is the W3 Schools is a very cool doc for beginners. So if you follow this doc, you can see there is a basic HTML that I showed you. You can try it yourself in the editor and change everything. And if you want to learn more details about p tags, you can see there is every examples and write-ups you can see. Okay, so let's talk about some opening. I have only showed you opening and closing tags. So let's show you some opening self-closing tags. Okay, self-closing tags, self-closing tags. What are self-closing tags? Self-closing tags are like it doesn't require an ending tag. If you do a BR inside this, okay, BR tag, BR. Okay, you can see there is a line break. Line break appears after emit. Okay, so let's turn on the where did it go? How you can see there is a line break. Okay, and also if you want another example, that is a HR tag. Okay, so you can see there is a divider line. Okay, line divider throughout the web page. Okay, so this is done by the HR tag. Also there are many more tags. So this is the main two things you will be using, p and span. Also there are many more like I tag. Okay, so this make the like if I write my name, you can see this it's make the text italic. Okay, so in place of if you use in place of I, if you use b tag, okay, you can see it's shows the text in bold. Okay, so there are also two alternative of I and b. That is for b, if you use strong tag, it will do the same, but a newer version of b tag you can say. And if you do I, there is also some alternative of I cannot remember now. Okay, so this things is not that used because everything is done here. We can use do it by css only. Okay, so not that much important. There are also some inline styles which you can do in html. That is a css part, but let me show you that also declares that there is a if you do this slide, the types of tags, you can see I have told you the container tags, that is the opening and the closing tags, and the empty tags, that is the self closing tags, and there is also some tags, that is the nested tags. Nested tags you have seen here, like inside p we are using br. Also inside p, if we use a span tag, okay, uh, it's also here. So it is also nesting. Inside P are using two tags. Okay. So these are the nested tags. And here comes the HTML attributes. So you can see it does not have that much functionalities in the tags. Okay. So to add functionalities to the tags, okay, we add attributes to it. So how attributes look like, you can see this is a tag, that is a link tag. Okay, You can see we can use that, like copy this and also paste it here. Okay, you can see a link appears. Let me comment these things out. mm, just select and do control. Okay, so you can see there is a link. If you open it, click on it, the URL that we are passing in the href is an attribute. Okay, so this is adding a functionality to the a tag. Okay, the href, what is the functionality of the href? It takes a link. Okay, if you provide a link over here, it will open. If you click on that button, that is the link, it open to that link. Okay, so if you remove this href, you can see it looks like normal p tag. Okay, so that proves that attributes put functionalities to a tag. So if I put href like http as google.com code.n, okay, and click on it, you can see Google opens up. So you can change this text inside this a tag like Google, anything you can put. Okay, so you can see after clicking on it, the colors of the link changes. If I put it down, another thing, so after the click got clicked once again, so the color of the links got changed. So the link color and all of that we can change using the css and styling. And if you want, you can see if you click on this link, it opens in the present tab matlab. And if you want to open the link in another tab, you can just put another attribute. uh, a tag can contain many of the attributes, that is target. This target, if you put blank over here, underscore blank. Okay, now if you click on it, you can see it opens in another tab. Okay, so this is all about the a tag, and this a tag is also an inline tag. If you open that tool, if you see this, uh, you can see this is also a inline tag, and you can see the main blue line is showing is the body. Okay, the total body. So what's next? Okay, styling. Let me show you some basic styling over there. Let's take a p tag. Okay, and let's take some dummy text over here. And if you want to change the color, you can put a style attribute, style, and then inside equals to, you have to put the style. So in styling there are many properties, css properties you can use. Like if you want to change the color of the text, you just use color, um, and then you can put red. Okay, sorry, red, only red. You can see the color of that whole p tag changed. And also you can put color codes over here. You will learn this on css. I make it white, so you can put 000 to make it black. So there are color codes, there are hex codes. Okay, so this is more the css stuff. So we don't do css like this. This is called inline styling. We don't do css like this. So the more about CSS we'll learn in the CSS lectures. And let's take a look what else we have here. You can see there we have formatting that I have showed, that is bold, it's italic. Okay, there is also some thing like subscript, superscript. Like you can see the text is little below the whole thing. You can use these tags for it. And also there are deleted text, like if you want to test it out, just read the docs and apply it yourself. Like my name, I put it here, and the del tag, you can see it's got strike through. Okay, so these are the tags regarding to the things. Let's now talk about images. Okay, enough of this text paragraph things. Let's talk about images. Let's make this smaller. Images tag. For images tag, you have to use img tag, and inside this img tag, you can use src. This is also an attribute of image tag. and inside src you can put two things, that is a relative path of your file, that is the image file. Think I have this image inside this asset folders. Inside this asset folder I have an images folder, and this inside this images folder I have an image.jpg. Okay, so to travel through that directory, we have to do dot slash. You can see asset folder is showing. We'll go inside it, then slash images. Inside images we have image.jpg. So VS Code is very good enough to show us the suggestions. Okay, so if I go to my page, you can see it's the image took the full page. Okay, and also we can make it define its width and height, like width 120 and height also like 120. Okay, so like this way you can also mention width and height. Don't do like this, we use css for defining that, but still you can do that. There are many more attributes. If you're using VS Code, you can do a cool thing, that is control space. You can see the more attributes are showing, all the attributes that you can do here is showing over here. Okay, so this is all about images. And if you want to put online url, just like if I want to go to unsplash, this is the images website, copyright free images. If I open one image like this one, okay, let's open the image in new tab. I will copy the url and close it up and go over here, and you can put the image link over here inside double quotes. Okay, now you can see that image appears over here. Okay, so you can put your relative image path and also your online image url. Okay, so any questions until this? Can you repeat? Oh, okay, no more questions. Okay, let's move ahead then. Comments I have already discussed. Colors, html links. Let's talk about tables. Let's talk about inputs that are very much important. Okay, the mainly thing we use in html, that is the inputs. Okay, so to handle with inputs we are use forms. Okay, so you can use a form tag, and inside that form tag we can use an input. Okay, so these are showing suggestions. I am using the github copilot, so you can just write it manually, like input. Okay, so basic input, it's not showing in you can see, you can write text over here, it's showing input. So you can define the type of the input. So this type is an attribute. So type, you can do control space, and inside this you can see many input types. Okay, so if I use, we can try it one by one, like button. If we use button, you can see a button with any no text in it. Okay, so if I put a value over here and do like submit. Okay, so you can see this is a submit button. So if I change the value type, button type to text. Okay, so it will be a text and with the value of submit. If we keep the value empty, we don't pass the value, then it will be empty. And we can pass here another thing, that is type text and placeholder. Okay, so if I do a placeholder, inside the placeholder you can put a text that will be shown in a lightened way. So that is, you can enter a text. Okay, so this highlights what you have to enter over here. Okay, so this is the type text, and if you change it, like let me copy it down, and if you change it to number. Okay, so you can see that is up and down arrow, you can just increase it by here also. So it will only accept numbers. Okay, so it will not accept any text. So that why it is type text, type number. And also if you do input, there are many more types you can explore. I am just showing quickly, that is checkbox. You can use, you can see this checkbox. Okay, you can check it over here. And also there are many more types. Let's show you the cool ones. That is the date time, and see date time picker. Not this one, this one. Okay, here you can see, you can pick the date and time, everything. Okay, and also there is a color picker also. If you want to pick some color, you can see there is a color picker. It will select the color and return you the value. Okay, so this is all about the forms. You can explore at your home, that is email type, file type. If you click on the file type, it will give you option to choose a file. You can choose a file from your desktop. This is how website file upload and thing works. Also there are radio buttons. Okay, so you can see radio button, so you can explore it by your own at your home. Okay, and in this from tag there is also some tags thing attributes I can tell, but that is mainly the backend thing. That is, there is an action type where you can pass the backend URL and things like that. So this is not relevant now, so let's skip it. Any problem up till now? Write in the chat box, please. Okay, I think everyone knows HTML. Okay, then let's move to tables. Okay, before tables, let's check out the list. Okay, list items. What a list? You can create list in HTML. Like let's create a UL list, and a UL is unordered list. Okay, there's two types of list: unordered list and ordered list. Okay, ordered list start with OL tag and closing tag. Well, starting and closing. So what is unordered list? If you put li to put an item into the list, you have to put li tag. Okay, so inside li tag you put like courses name like web development. Mm, okay, you can put you can see there is a bullet point over here. You can just copy this down, and you can see there are more. So you can just change the stuff, and if you use ul tag, just copy the li's. I am very lazy to write. So you can see there is 1 2 3. So you can also change the numbering types, like type. You can see you here one a, small a, um, capital I, Roman number, and I you can see small Roman and capital Roman also you can provide. Okay, and also capital A's, A B's, and small A's also. And also here is also some type in the unordered list, like it's not so there, but as I know, square was there. You can see the dot changes into the square. So there may be many more. You can do a Google search over it. And this is all about the list thing. Nothing else is there in the list. And only do I can modify the style using CSS. So this is the CSS thing. So, we are doing HTML. So now let's do tables. Okay, so tables. So in tables, what you have to do, you have to create, as always, a tag, table tag. Okay. So table tags have two things: a table row. Okay, a table row and a table data. Okay. So table row creates a row. Okay. So if I create a row like table row, and inside row you have to put table data, and you can do TD inside TD. But you have to write like let's create a table by name. Um, let's name age. Okay, and put some role over here. Okay, and this is a row. You can see this appears in a row. And if you do another tr, that is the table row, inside that table row you can put td. Another td is like name. I am putting my name, td, putting my age, and td in my role. So like that you can do. You can see this appears like this. Also, if I want to put some styling like border, we can use a style inside HTML. Like if you go to the head tag and inside the head under the title, if you open a style tag, okay, inside this style tag you can. This is a CSS thing, but I am showing you that is TD. Selecting the tags, that is TD, TH, and the TR. TD and TR. Let's put border one pick solid black. Okay, so you can see this is doing giving a outline to that look nicer. Okay, and also you can include the table tag. Okay, so this gives a border around it. Okay. So simply make it simple to understand. So there is also a thing inside this, that is row span and call span. Okay, so if you want to see row span, it's a name, and we are doing a call span. Okay, call span of two. You can see that the name takes two columns. Okay, the name and the age, it takes the two columns. Okay, and if you do a row span over here, and it will two, you can see it takes two rows. Okay, instead of one row, two rows area. Okay, so this is helpful. When it is helpful, let's show me an example like TR, another table row, and we're putting a TH over here. So table head, this is called head. So the only thing it does that makes the text bold. Okay, so that is details, you can see. So also let's include the TH over here. TH. Okay, so you can see it is only taking one column. So let's do a call span inside th, not tr. Call span, and inside call span you can specify three, because one, two, three. There are three columns, so it takes the full space. So like you can make different rows and columns like this. Um, and this is it about the table. So up till now, there is any doubt, you can ask me on the chat box. No one has any doubt. HTML is very easy, by the way. So, okay, then let's take a look about the media tags. Okay, there are some media tags you can use that like Netflix, YouTube. We are saying content over the internet. So how this is done? That is, you can use a video tag. Okay, I can see there is also already came a attribute as SRC. Inside this SRC, what you can put, that is the URL of the video you have in your local directory or in the online URL or something. So let's put an asset from a video. Okay, so you can see the video, but you can see we can play it. Okay, because we don't have the controls to play it. So we have to provide another attribute, that is controls. You can see after providing this attribute, we can control the whole thing. We can play it, we can make it full screen, we can change its playback speed, download it, do it picture in picture mode. Okay, so we can move it around, and we can change the volume up and down, make it mute, anything you can do. Okay, so this is the thing of control. Also there are some more attributes like autoplay. If you want to play the video automatically, you can use autoplay. And also there are many attributes. You can just to control spacebar and you can see all the attributes. These are mainly the HTML events, so we'll talk about it also. Let's comment it out, video part, and let's get into audio, because these are the two things we do, audio and video. And let's give it a src dot slash assets. Inside assets I have a music dot mp3. You can select that, and you can see nothing happens here. So we have to apply a control. Okay, controls. After applying controls, you can see you have a audio player. You can see in many old website they use only this, but when you are using latest websites, they have a customized audio player. So you can also create a customized audio player using HTML, CSS, and all the functionalities. So for that you have to know JavaScript, CSS. So for now you can do the things with the basic stuff, and that HTML provides you all the things, that volume, playback speed, everything you can do with it. And now, what are the things left? Let's see, anything is left. Okay, let's also talk about some HTML events, like how we use JavaScript with HTML. Okay, so for that, let's comment it out, and let's create a button. Also, we can create buttons in yeah, matlab HTML, like click me button. It's very simple. Use button tag, and inside the button tag use text to show. Okay, so you can see, you can click it but nothing happens. Okay, so what you can do, like on click, you can apply this on click. This is a event. Okay, so there are many events like this, like on blur. Okay, and like mainly on long press, on playing, many things. So the basic thing we use, that is on click, and we can use a function name, that is, let's say hello, a function name. I have to keep it like this only, and mainly it's the JavaScript thing of this. Script tag, we have to open a script tag inside the body tag at the last, and inside the script tag we can create this function. This is JavaScript, by the way. Hello. This is a function name, and we can show a alert. Okay, let's try it. Okay, we have to apply this thing also. So you can see this function, this hello, is running. This showing a alert on click. Okay, this hello function. So this is how HTML event works. We have to just click on the events. And also we don't use like this, mainly have use like this in frameworks, but not in mainly HTML, CSS, JavaScript. So we create another JavaScript file and many things around it. So we'll talk about it later on. So this is all about the HTML. Let's see, anything I have missed out. There are also an iframe tags. If you want to show me, then I can show you. Right on a check box. If you want to show me, then only I will show you. No response in the chat box. Okay, one response. Okay. Okay, then I have to show it. Okay, okay. You can just open YouTube and take a random video. Don't judge me for the video. Okay. Uh, like we can do share over here, and do embed, and you can see that there is a code over here. This is the iframe tag. Okay, so you can just copy this code and just close it, and you can apply it over here. Okay, you can see. So this video is restricted, we cannot use it local globally, so that why it is knowing unavailable, because maybe it has some copyright thing. So let's create another video whose video will be, so let's take this. Okay, I have to show you all. Copy different tag. Okay, this is showing. Okay, you can see this is the whole thing. You can get, you get the whole audio player in video player of the YouTube over here. Okay, you can do everything you do in the YouTube video players, and you can also, you can see there are some attributes. Let's discuss about that. That is the height width. You can change its height width like 120, 120, and make it smaller. Let's make it, and also you can change the title, everything. There are many more things. Allow full screen and don't allow full screen. So these are only the thing I think. HTML blocks. English favicons tables. Okay, these are only the things. So you can follow this W3 schools also to learn more about the things in details. I have already covered all of the things, but you can, if you want to watch more things, and you can obviously go over here and do the stuff. So that's all. If you guys have any question, please go on. Okay.